starting. It's not just with this supercomputer. I'm also proud to announce that Tesla is investing $500 million to build their next supercomputer right here in Buffalo. How about that? 2 supercomputers for 1 community. And this is going to continue, this cycle of possibility. I mean, people think about Silicon Valley. A few businesses went there in the 60s. They exploded in the 80s. It took 2 decades, but all of a sudden they became known as the place that people wanted to go. The young, brilliant minds all wanted to go to Silicon Valley and be the next innovator, come up with the next great thing, the great technologies. That place, my friends, is now New York State. And that computer will be housed here, but it'll power innovation, ideas, and people all over the state of New York. This is where the future is beginning. And we're planting those seeds right here. And I'm so excited about how we know how to harness power. All the way from Niagara Falls, hydroelectric power transformed our state and our nation. We're doing it here today.
But we aren't done yet.
American billionaire Elon Musk plans to build and house the world's largest supercomputer right here in Memphis, Tennessee. The $6 billion project announced today will be the largest economic investment in our city's entire history.
It's faster than we can. In America, nothing is stronger or faster than a supercomputer named Titan. Why do we need a supercomputer?
The supercomputers that we have today are really addressing some of the most important problems that we have in the world. They just can't be done on smaller computers. In fact, we need more powerful computers to address fully all of the science that we want to be able to accomplish.
And what kind of problems are we talking about here?
We're tackling all kinds of problems in the energy space. We're also looking at basic materials problems. How do you keep materials from aging? We're working on things like fuel economy, everything from how the universe formed down to the smallest nanoparticles.
Can you compare the power of a supercomputer to, let's say, my smartphone?
Would probably be 10 million times more powerful than what you can do with one smartphone. It's more powerful than any other computer that's available to the open science community.
We want to provide this level of compute capability that has never been achieved before.
Thomas Zachariah is the director of Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee, a lab sponsored by the U.S. Department of Energy. He's worked on over a dozen supercomputers in the U.S. and now leads the team that oversees the operation of Frontier.
U.S. has been a leader in supercomputing for a long, long time.
The future of money is the blockchain, and out of the cryptocurrency movement will emerge a new global money by which all the existing fiat monies will be measured. Today, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies get measured in terms of dollars and pesos and other, and in the future we'll return to money that actually is a measuring stick rather than a method of extortion by governments. Right now, the governments around the world have essentially nationalized their central banks and their financial systems and use this power to steal from the future. And that's how they've escaped the supply side predicament where increasing tax rates yield lower revenues. So in order to escape this predicament, which all governments have essentially incurred, they've been printing money. And they've been bailed out by technology. If economic growth were not, in fact, much faster than government data measures, the whole world would suffer a continuing financial crisis. But because of the incredible creativity of the technology sector throughout the world economy, now spearheaded by AI and AGI and all the proliferating new computer platforms that are creating wealth much faster than is being measured by the economic data.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. Also, make sure you go like and follow the TikTok. New video coming out today. And guys, we have the supercomputers. And I played a video back in the 1990s. The guy was explaining how Bill Clinton's administration gave all this technology over to China. But guys, you can go all the way back to Reagan and see all the technology that we was given to China. But we have supercomputers in Buffalo, in Memphis. And these supercomputers are being set up so therefore AI can run this economy without a human involved. But then also, guys, they want these supercomputers to have the ability to change your reality, even if it's for a few seconds. Can you imagine the power that you would have? Remember, they already changed the people's reality by putting them under a spell. A lot of the sheep are waking up from the basics because of social media, but they still don't understand the spiritual war. And we know blockchain, these digital currencies, are definitely biblical because it allows them to get to the agenda. You won't be able to buy or sell without the mark of the beast. But before they can bring in all this technology, guys, we have to have a crisis. And we know that crisis is right around the corner. And like I tell you all the time, this is a plan and moves in phases. 3 to 5 years, and that's going to put us right at Shemitah. And that's when the people are going to be entering inside the metaverse. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.